Hello, welcome to the CCNA preparation guide brought to you by Eduonics. This is the IP routing technology section, which is worth 20% of the final mark. In this, we're going to be looking at configuring and verifying the CLI for routers, configuring and verifying operational statuses or device interfaces, verify router configs and connectivity, configure and verify routing config, static and default routes, and differentiate methods of routing and routing protocols, configure and verify OSPF, configure and verify inter-VLAN routing, configure SVI interfaces and manage Cisco IOS files, configure and verify EIGRP. So most of this work is going to be done in Packet Tracer, so let's jump across to it now and we'll get started with setting up a router and configuring and verifying the CLI to set basic commands. Okay, so as promised, we're now in Cisco Packet Tracer, and we're going to look at the amount of routers that we have here. We have everything from an 1841 right the way through to 2811 and 2901 and 2911. So let's use a 2620XM, shall we? Let's get that up and running and let's see what we can do with it. Let's get two of them, router 1, router 0. Okay, so router 1, the physical interface is on it. Kind of what you'd expect as far as configuration goes anyway. You've got fast Ethernet port, various other routing protocols, etc, etc. Let's see if we can use something a bit better than that. Yes, I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to delete that as well. Let's see if we can use a 2901. Something that's got more than one port on it, really. That's better. Two interfaces is a lot easier to work with than just having one. Okay, so we'll go to the CLI. Right, so this is very similar to a Cisco switch in terms of configuration. There's only a limited amount of commands you can run without actually getting into enabled mode and configuring things. So let's go to, let's just do a show first of all. Let's see if we can show interfaces and see how they vary compared to a switch. Let's maximize this. So as you can see here, there's only going to be two interfaces. You're going to have gigabit Ethernet 01, gigabit Ethernet 02, 0 and 1. In there, it is kind of the same information. You've got link state, ARP information, multicast counters, MAC addresses, and also you can see that VLAN 1 is administratively down. That's kind of by default, really. So let's do a show. Can we do a show run? No, we can't, because we have to go into enabled mode first, and then we do a show running config. So the config, hostname, router, let's change that first of all, shall we, before we go any further. We'll do conft, and we'll do host name is router CCNA. No, let's call it router test 01, shall we? We'll just call it that for now. And then we do exit. And then we do a show running config, and then you can see hostname router test01 has already changed. Just turn that there. So we've got the hostname, some debug information at the top, interface information, interface VLAN information and IP classless, and then all the VTY line information at the bottom. So it's quite a simple config to start with. So we'll just come off this and we'll get our network set up. We'll get a couple of switches. In fact, what kind of switches are they? We'll use a 2960 and a second 2960, and we will use a generic connection between those two. Get that into Ethernet 0 and get this into gigabit 1. Same goes for this one here. We'll move them up the screen a little bit, shall we? Get these two connected up. Move this a bit further up. It's one of the disadvantages of not having a massive screen. There we go. Okay, now of course they're not going to connect yet. So we'll get some end devices. We'll just get a generic end device there, and a generic end device there, and we will get these connected up. Fast Ethernet 01. Fast Ethernet 01 again. Okay, so let's get these end devices configured first. We'll get their IP addresses set up. We'll do the gateway of 1.1 and the DNS server of 192.168.1.1 as well. So that's 1.2. We'll make sure that's saved, then we go to this one, and we'll go to bit information static 192.168.2.1, 192.168, 2.1. Sorry, we'll make this. Yeah, we'll make that DNS server. We'll make the default gateway as well. So that's 2.2, 2.1, 2.1. And this one is 1.2, 1.1, 1.1. Perfect. Okay. So now, if I'm not mistaken, you should not be able to ping anything around here, apart from yourself. 1.2. Yes. Can you ping the gateway yet? 1.1. No, you can't. Perfect. Okay. Let's just make sure on the switches that they just have a blanket config on them. Enable and show running. So Ethernet 0, 1, where the clients are connected to, they look absolutely fine. And let's double check here as well. Yep, nothing there either. Spanning tree is running in PVST mode, which is exactly what we want. Okie dokie then. So let's get on the router and let's start and do some configuration.